All right, we're landing in the asteroid belt, and we got a mammoth in the asteroid belt. That can only mean one thing. This is a trap. This is a total trap. I should not be fighting this. I'm going to fall for it. This is a trap. Trappy trap. Trappy, trappy, trappy trap. Should get out. What am I doing? Kill it fast. Trappy, trappy, trappy trap. Totally a trap. This has got to be bait. Huh. It's not a trap. Well then. Hello pilots, and welcome back to another Eve Echoes video. I am Gromeyer, and I am scanning down a Dominix Navy issue. This ship is going to be in one of the new Waste Seeker anomalies, so we're going to have to be very careful we don't want to aggro the NPCs. And if he has any backup drones, other than the large sniping drones, we're going to want to be able to get away really quickly. Medium drones on a Dominix Navy issue could tear us up pretty quick, so this is kind of a risky engagement, but I want to test myself and see if I can handle it. And sometimes it's good to just take those chances, see what you end up with, because you never know what you're going to end up fighting, what their skill level is, what their equipment is worth, etc., etc. So we'll go ahead and warp in here, see where we land, hopefully pretty close. Not too bad, not optimal, but we are about 40 kilometers away from our bubble. So let's turn on our afterburner, get our orbit going, and get in there real quick before he has a chance to lock us down or warp away. I have fought some other Dominix recently, I tried to fight them, but real quick warp-offs, so we'll see if we can lock this one down. Not sure if he's AI ratting or not, because this is a Waste Seeker anomaly, and those are pretty difficult. I don't think that's going to be AI ratting material. We got him in our bubble, though. Doesn't look like he's able to warp off, so this is good. Got a nice little optimal going here, about 16 kilometers. This is going to keep us outside of his web range and scram range, just in case he has that. Now, if I was running a Dominix Navy issue, I would probably put a couple of large neutralizers on it to fight off any smaller ships that try to tackle me. But doesn't look like he is running with any newts. He does have a target painter, a couple target painters, so he was trying to help his drones attack, but I don't think that's going to help him with these sniping drones he has. He has the new sniper pulse sentries, which are not doing a great job of hitting us with our speed. We're running at about 2,800 meters per second on our orbit, and we are through his shield. So we'll see how well his armor tank holds up to us. These Navy battleships are really tough to take out through their armor, especially with our EM damage, but we are doing pretty good, and our implant is warming up really nicely. I have it set for the maximum amount of DPS here, so it will get to about 83% bonus DPS. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the Waste Seeker rats once they get in close, if they're going to put any debuffs on us also. We don't want to be webbed. Yep, there's the debuffs. We got a tracking disruptor on us. That might hurt us a little bit as far as tracking range, or our weapon range. We might want to check that out. But no webs. So as long as we're not being slowed down, I think we should be pretty good to deal with the damage that's coming in. You can see I haven't even had to use my booster yet. We're still at 80% capacitor, and more than halfway through his armor. So it looks like these rats are really aggressively attacking the Dominix as well, which is helping us get through its defenses and not really dealing with us. We do have 2 tracking disruptors on us now, but we are able to hit him pretty good. Surprisingly, we still have 11 kilometers range on our weapon, and with the fall off, we're still able to hit him enough to keep chunking away at his armor here, which is great. I will turn on my Dragon Chant to kind of break the lock of the NPCs, see if that gives us a little bit more time without those tracking disruptors on us to get into his hull and take him out. Once again, we've got to be very careful. If we get double, triple webbed here, it could slow us down and put us right in the speed he needs to take us out real quick with those drones. So we're going to have to watch for those webs. Heal ourselves back up with the booster to full health. And you can see we don't have any enemies locking on. Okay, well, tracking disruptor back on us now. But with that Dragon Chant Nanocore, we were able to break on the lock on all those NPCs as well. So we got rid of their debuffs for a little bit before they were going to lock onto us, and probably they jumped on the Dominix too. Very nice. So let's try and pick up the loot real quick. These rats are going to aggro us. But as long as they don't have any webs, we should be good to afterburner our way out. So we'll turn off our bubble, go ahead and pick up this loot. Looks like some decent stuff in there, and we will approach at a distance. Okay, looks like safe. We do have a scrambler on us, but this is why we run an afterburner. Much better. And once we get range with our afterburner at 3000 ms, we should be able to break their disruption as well and warp off. Very nice. So we were able to get the loot, the kill, and unscathed. Oh, okay. Got some messages here. Please know I'm new. And I hate you. Okay. Oh, whoops. I hit the screenshot button for some reason there. That was an accident.
Hey, watch this right here.
What's that?
I had this made right here. We gotta hang this up. We friends though.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to check my private messages when I'm fighting. I'm just too shaky and too nervous. I need full focus. So if I had any chance of disengaging from that ship, which, let's be honest, I was not going to, it wasn't going to happen through private messages. So sorry about that. We'll go ahead and message him back and let him know, no hard feelings. This is just kind of how the game goes. And yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I know I've lost plenty, so don't worry about it. Okay, so it looks like we are in a pretty safe location here. We can go over to this asteroid belt and check out the loot that he dropped to see about how much we got. I do know he had those new drones. Oh, very nice. 580 million in loot from the drones. That is a great payday for us, especially with our ISK running low. Let's check out the kill mail. Woo! 11.5 billion. Those drones really upped the value of the Dominix Navy issue. Yep. 2 dropped out of 5, and no way for him to get away or deal with us. So very, very nice kill there, and nice fight. Sorry to take out the new player, but on to the next battle. Alright, I am a few systems up from the last fight, and I have a Coercer III chasing me to try and pin me down. So I'm going to go ahead and wander over into this dead-end system and see if I can get him to follow us without any other ships behind. Normally, the Coercer IIIs or the light interdictor ships will try and pin you down for their capital ship to come in. But I've scouted the system before this, and I don't see a capital, so we'll go ahead and lock onto him here. Looks like he decloaked, and he's going to try and bubble us in. We will bubble back, get a couple of straight shots on him as soon as we lock on. These do take longer to lock onto. And 1 shot off. We are good in our optimal. Very nice. And 2 shots. Very cool. So a little bit of a slow reaction time from him there. Doesn't look like he was able to do his orbit. I don't have a web or a scram or anything, so I think he was just kind of a sitting duck there. Maybe he was multi-boxing, trying to bring his other ship in after us. But we will take that loot, and we will take that kill. Let's go ahead and warp off to a safe spot and check out the value of that kill mail real quick. Oh, and I'll cover up this message here out of respect for the privacy of the pilot who is messaging me and telling me all of his secrets and interesting things. Alright, let's open it up. About 17 million. Not too bad. Just some basic mods from a basic Coercer III. And yeah, about 525 million valued. Normally I see these things at about 1 billion valued, but looks like he was running some low-end mods and just kind of a cheap throwaway Coercer III interdictor fit. So, but not too bad. Not too bad for a 2-shot kill. Alright, on to the next fight. Okay, running over here, and I got a couple in local, and I think one is coming at us. Yeah, there he is. Venture Trainer. Okay, as long as we can stop him here on the bubble, we should be good to take him out pretty quick. I don't know what he's doing wandering around here with a neutral in the system, but we will lock on. It does take a little bit of time to lock on, but I don't think he's going to be able to get to the gate. And yeah, 1 shot. Very easy. Okay, so nothing special there. Venture trainers are going to be very low valued, so I'm not super looking forward to the loot or anything like that. We will check the kill mail just for giggles, but I like to kind of run these gate camps. I kind of consider it like a mobile gate camp situation where I'm warping through space and I see someone coming behind me, so I just set up real quick and see if they run into me. And that's kind of what happened right here. So we will warp off, get to a safer location in case that other player is coming behind him. until our cooldown wears off. Whoa! What are you doing?
Why? 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 Why?
Why are you moving those valuable items in a venture trainer? Oh, man. Oh, I wish I could tell you sorry, but I hope you learned from this. Gosh. Oh, you never know what you're going to find in nullsec, man. You never know. All right, on to the next fight. Some of you more observant players may have noticed that I am running with a new mod in my low slots. That is a regular cloaking device, and I kind of wanted to test it out because somebody gave me a theory on a little tip about how to deactivate your warp bubble before the timer is up. And right now, I'm just using it to kind of get through a gate camp because I want to get farther into the territory. So that's another benefit of running the cloak. You do have to be a little bit careful though, because as you can see, I'm only moving at 93 meters per second. But as long as they don't know where you are and they aren't able to approach you in time, you can kind of just wander outside of the bubble. And once you're ready, go and approach the next gate, drop your cloak real quick and warp away real fast. And it's going to have to be really hard for them to catch you because you got the advantage of the warp time. So a little bit of approach time there, decloak, hit that warp, and we are gone. So that might have been a situation where I wouldn't have been able to get through that gate camp had I not had that cloak, because the Fiend that was there was probably faster than I'm running as well. So would have been able to track me down, and I would have had to return back to low sec. So while that is one advantage of running a cloak on a interdictor ship like I have, I'm going to show you the main reason why I'm doing this. And this is a tip that I got from a player who didn't want me to give them their name, but apparently this tip has been in the game since launch and nobody ever talks about it. And that is being able to stop your warp bubble before the timer has expired by activating a cloaking device. And while we can't fit a covert ops cloaking device, we can fit a regular cloaking device just like every other ship. So I'm going to go ahead and pass through this gate here, and we will go through a couple of examples of how this works, and I'll give you a little short demonstration of why I'm running a cloaking device on my Fiend. Okay, so first of all, for anybody who's new to interdiction ships, they have the warp bubble that you can activate that makes it so that ships can't warp away or warp to the gate from outside your bubble. They're going to hit that bubble and bounce off. But when you deactivate it, there is a timer before it actually deactivates. So not only does it create a situation where you're in combat so you can't warp through the gate, but it takes at least 30 seconds, maybe up to 60. I can't remember the exact timing, but it takes a good chunk of time before that bubble actually turns off just like that. And if you've got people coming through the gate and you need to warp away quickly, that is a death sentence, trying to wait for that bubble to turn off, especially if you're camping a low-sec gate. Okay, so let's say that ship was a battleship, a faction battleship that you can't take. You can go ahead and just hit your cloak right away, no matter what time your cycle is in that disruption bubble cycle, and it will stealth your ship. Now, you may think, okay, that's fine, I still have that big bubble around me, but what this demonstration didn't show, and I'll show you in a little bit, is once you hit that cloak and you fully go cloaked up and invisible, your bubble's going to turn off automatically. So we'll go through this one more time. I'll get a good distance away so that I can show it off. We want to make sure that we're at least 2 kilometers away from the gate so that we can turn on our cloak at any time. But my idea is to use this for things like, say, a super carrier comes through the gate and you just don't want to fight and you don't have time to get your bubble off. We're going to just hit the cloak and disappear and wait out that timer. So let's go ahead and orbit at a close range here. Anywhere from 5 to 10. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. I just don't want to get too close to the gate. And the other thing is, as soon as you turn off your cloak, you can turn on that bubble right away. So you can trap somebody in without them realizing that you're even there before they break their own cloak. So right there, we're going to activate our bubble as if somebody was going to pass through that we wanted to trap. It does have a combat timer so that you can't attack for about 30 seconds after you turn off your cloak. So it's not great if you're going to need to take something out fast. But if it's a larger ship, like a transport ship, you might have enough time, and if they're not paying attention, for your damage immunity to wear off before you can attack them. So this is the key thing to watch, okay? So my cycle has just started. I want to turn off my bubble. Something has come through the gate right now. I'm going to hit my cloak. You can see me going through that cloak there, and as soon as it's done fully cloaking, boom, bubble off. So at this point, I can turn my cloak off and warp away, or I can kind of just sit there and monitor and see how close the other ships are to me, see if anybody else is coming through. For this example, this is a great way to just turn your cloak off and warp away to the sun. This is for like if a super or a capital ship comes through and you're just not prepared to fight them, and you want to turn that cloak off, that bubble off fast, hit your cloak. You'll go stealth so that they can't target you, and by the time that they either pop you out of cloak or your bubble finally turns off, uncloak and warp away. Much safer, much easier to work with than trying to wait for that entire cycle to complete. And then just a reminder again, if you are too close to the structure, if you warp in it on 0, within 2 kilometers, you will not be able to activate your cloaking device. It's going to pop up a message right here. I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, 2 kilometers, anything inside 2 kilometers. So anything, a ship, a drone, a structure, anything, you won't be able to cloak up. It'll say you can't even activate it. So you want to make sure you're past 2 kilometers from the gate or a ship in order to activate that cloak right away, right when you know that the danger is imminent and that you need to not be attacked. Okay, one more time, we'll turn on our bubble. We are outside of 2 kilometers. Let's pretend a ship just came through. We're going to want to activate our cloak to turn off our bubble and see how fast it turns off. Cloak, we still have cycle time, but as soon as our ship disappears, bubble off before the cycle ends. So that could save your ship and save you some IP right there if you're running an interdiction ship. And I'm pretty sure this works for any interdiction ship. And the other option is just staying cloaked up, and then once your crime timer or combat timer wears off, that little red debuff icon there, you can decloak or get close enough to the gate and hop right through without them being able to target you. So gives you some options, and it's a different mod for you to play with in your low slots. I'm gonna start using it more often because I don't think I need the second heat sink for more DPS, and I don't think I need the second adaptive shield because most of the time I'm speed tanking anyway. So this is something I'm going to play around with more, maybe see if I can get some surprise bubble traps going or some low sec gate camps. So something to consider. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get on to some more battles. Okay, out here in Exodus space, I landed on a gate and somebody popped up in local. So we're going to see if they're coming through this gate. I like to double check and just hang out here for a couple of disruption bubble cycles to see. And yep, there we go, Noctis II. Let's grab him real quick. We don't want him to get too far away or outside of our bubble, and we want to get onto him as fast as possible so he doesn't have to turn around and head back through the gate. Not a lot of defense here, getting off some huge hits. Activate our heat sinks and get to our optimal, and yep, one more hit. Boom, very nice, very quick. I like that. This is my offensive build gate camp for taking things out before they can run back to the gate. So I don't have a scram and I don't have a web, unfortunately, but this allows me to do also killing the battleships and solo hunting like I like to do, as well as stopping at every gate that I happen to come across and seeing if somebody warps through. So let's deactivate our bubble, get to a safe spot, check out the kill mail, check out the loot. Okay, should be good to go here. Let's open up our combat log. Nice, 8.5 billion. That's an expensive Noctis II. Oh no, come on!
Is this my life? How can this be? All this loot and none for me.
Those ore auto salvagers are worth like 1.5 billion each, so I just missed out on 4.5 billion of loot due to them randomly dropping because the game hates me and I have horrible luck. Man, okay, well, not much we can do about that. On to the next fight, let's see what we find. Alright, still in the same general area as the last Noctis II kill. We are warping to a gate here, and as you can see, another name popped up in local. So we're going to hit that stop button real quick and see if we can put up our bubble. If anything is coming through this gate, we can catch it before it warps off. Okay, we got our bubble up. Let's get to a good optimal here, get pretty close, see if anything comes through, and if that name in local is passing through this gate or coming from another one over to this gate. Oh, no, right here. Okay, another venture. Let's get to our optimal real quick. Can't warp away, but we don't want him to get back to the gate, so we want to take this out as fast as possible. One shot. Very nice. Not sure if that was a venture 2 or a venture 3, but I will take the kill. That is a quick little mobile gate camp that we were running here. Let's take the loot. Oh, single diode miner. That's pretty good. And again, we will turn off our bubble and check out the kill mail when we get a chance. We know that that other person in local is a camera because it's got that CCTV. I know this area likes to use that CCTV tag, so I'm not too worried about the other player in local. But we will kind of wait it out and check out the kill mail when we have a chance. Okay, let's open up the combat log and see what we got. Oh, 2.7 billion for a venture 3? What is Oh, not again, guys. Not again.
You serious?
Why is everybody moving their gold compilers with ventures? What is happening? Oh, man. People are weird lately. Alright, well. Oh, sorry that happened. On to the next fight, I guess? Okay, up here in VVV space, always remember to watch your local, right there. Nereus has appeared in local and we are landing on a gate, so this is perfect time to stop, hit our disruption bubble, and do our mobile gate camp thing. Pretend I didn't just say that. Pretend I didn't say thing. Alright, moving on. So, yep, we'll see if this player comes through. We know he's coming from one of the gates, but this is kind of a pipe from a trade center. So hopefully we can grab him on his way. I'm hoping it's a hauling ship, and I hope we can get some money out of this. I am running low on ISK. So we'll give it a couple of cycles. Oh, no, he's running into our bubble. Okay, so he's going to stop at 27 kilometers away from the gate. And if he's not paying attention, he might not be... Oh, he cloaked up. Okay, cloaked up. Okay, so right here, after we've done our approach, we want to zoom in on our ship and head in the direction that our ship is pointing to hopefully decloak him from space here. If we get close enough, we can pop him out. Yep, there we go. Right on top of him. Perfect. Okay, let's get to him before he gets to the gate. He did run a cloaking device there, but it doesn't look like he was moving after he cloaked up. So we know he is actively playing. He's just not reacting to me popping him out of cloak. I don't know if he expected me to pop him out there. And as you can see, like most hauling ships, a few hits and he's gone. Okay, very cool. That could have gone a different way had I not reacted quickly with that approach. Sometimes they cloak up before you can get your ship to turn towards them, but if you can do it real quick and your ship angles in the right spot, zoom in right behind your ship and double click straight ahead so that your ship goes straight forward. You can also pop your drone out to give you a little bit of extra orbit in case it swings around and hits them. So just a little tip there in case you're running a gate camp and somebody with a cloak bumps into your bubble. Okay, check out the kill mail here. Got a Nereus II, only about 643 million, but that's a good solid kill mail for a transport ship. Looks like we got some of his PI that he was moving, but nothing super valuable. So, not too bad. Take that screenshot and we'll be on to the next fight. Okay, we are over here in the new Kraken space, formerly known as Void, and we've got a Raven Navy issue on the board. Now, I had just logged out for about half an hour because this same Raven Navy issue, when I warped to it in the anomaly, it warped off. So we're going to see if our little logoff trap worked and we can get to him before he's paying attention. Sometimes using that logoff trap where you log out, wait a little bit, come back, they don't expect you. They think you've passed on, moved on to another system, but we're going to warp in real quick here and see if we can catch him before he warps off. Okay, not too bad of a landing here. Oh, very nice. Oh, no, we overshot. Okay, we overshot. We're going to have to come back. We're about 70 kilometers off. Definitely want to get over here quick because these things warp away real fast. Let's lock on, get our afterburner going, get our orbit. I'm turning my bubble on now just because, I mean, I might as well. There's no mobs in the area. So he definitely can see us if he's actively playing, but hopefully we've got another AFK Ratter here. Yep, and it looks like we've trapped him in our bubble because he's not warping away and we've got him in range. Okay, nice solid orbit here. Gotta watch local, make sure he doesn't get any assistance. And as long as we can burn through his shield, these Raven Navies will go down quickly without a shield to protect them. Okay, I haven't had any success against the Raven Navy yet. They are really hard to pin down and they are very defensive if they are actively tanking. It doesn't look like he's actively tanking though, because we're able to get through almost half of his shield now. We do have both heat sinks active, and we are pumping up our implant, but yeah, he's not, it doesn't look like he's repping at all, and I don't think he's even locked us back. So it looks like we've got another AI Ratter on our hands. Amazing, so many people still AI Rat in nullsec. I mean, I'll take it. This is a perfect situation for us. We've got optimal orbit, locked him down. Looks like that person that entered local left. So nothing too worried here. We got about 2,800 DPS going into him. Once we get through those shields, it's pretty much over for this ship. Activate that Dragon Chant to really burst through his primary defense. I don't want anybody coming in and assisting, so we want to DPS him down as fast as possible. That's one of the reasons why I use two heat sinks most of the time now, to try and get them down before assistance can come. Especially with these Navy issue battleships, they take so much damage. Okay, it's about halfway through his armor now. Wearing him down. All of our DPS mods are on cooldown, but we are at full charge on our implant. And plenty of capacitor. He's not even locking us back, so this is definitely another AI Ratter. Let's hope we can take him out before anybody else comes. It looks like our logoff trap probably worked. He thought he was safe once he saw the name leave the system and didn't think I was coming back so soon. Okay. Into hull, doing a lot more damage once we're in hull. Almost. Yep, a few more hits. Let's get into within 10 kilometers to pick up his loot real quick. We'll loot and scoop and head out. Boop. Very cool. All right, I'll take that kill. Pick up some of his loot here. And we'll pop the pod just for the extra kill mark. I haven't checked recently. Maybe my kill marks are adding up pretty good on this ship. Might look pretty fancy now with all these pod kills. Okay, bubble down. Let's get to a safe spot and check out the kill mail, see what we got. Another massive battleship kill. 8.9 billion for this Raven Navy issue. Those things are so valuable. It's amazing to me how little care is taken to protect them. But I will take it, and on to the next fight. Okay, running through TSC space here. I am in my large afterburner fit. This is for tracking down smaller ships or getting away from something that's going to take me out as I'm doing a gate camp here. So you can see I'm running a scrambler and a web, and we've got a coercer that's going to pop up right here and try to bubble me in. So we will try and grab him real quick. Once we lock him on and we got that scram and that web, he's not going anywhere. We can approach in our optimal, and there's no way he's going to stop us from getting to our optimal range with a large afterburner and a scrab and a web on him. Very cool. So there's a quick kill there. Not going to be able to drop your capital ship on me, sir. So sorry. Seems like that's pretty much anyone is doing to me on gates nowadays, is bubbling me or using a slasher to get my attention and distract me, and then boom, here comes the super carrier. So we take them out real quick, and they don't have a chance to get their multi-box big ship over to us. Okay, we will take that kill, move out a little bit. You can see how fast we're going there. Over 6,100, 62, 63. It does take a long time to wind up. That's why I have that inertia stabilizer on there. But you can see we're pushing 7,000 ms with this large afterburner. So it's something that I like to play with every now and then, and it's really nice when you have a scram and a web and you're just doing straight approach commands, because you can really maintain that approach optimal with a large afterburner. Not good if you're going to orbit though. Okay, a little bit later, I'm on the same gate here, and I noticed the name pop up in local where it wasn't there before. So we're going to continue to see what runs into us here. He could be dropping a capital ship, could be a super, maybe he's a little angry that his other ship got destroyed, but I know that this is the same player. So we'll see if he comes through here and tries to get us. The good thing about the large afterburner is that we're very elusive, so things are going to have a very hard time locking us down. All we have to do is pop that inertia stab, our large afterburner, and hit that dragon chant, break that lock, and we are just shooting out at 7k ms. So anything sub 7k is not going to catch us. Okay, we got a Gila here, a Gila. I will try and take this fight, but we're going to have to see how our offense does. If he's built really defensively, this could go poorly, because those drones are going to have a really good time tracking us, and we're not going to orbit. We're going to do a straight approach and try to apply as much DPS as we can. Our scram and our web is going to prevent him from getting through our bubble to the gate. So we've got him pretty much stationary, and it's going to allow us to apply maximum DPS. This is a large afterburner, so it's going to drain our capacitor very heavily. That's why I'm running a large extender instead of a booster as well, because we don't have the capacitor to spare on a booster. But we're doing some great damage here, charging our implant really fast with a faster cycle time. Yep, once we get through his shields into armor, this is a very soft Gila. And he is not going anywhere, and he's not applying any DPS to us, so looks like a little bit of an underskilled Gila here. Either underskilled or underfit. Most of the time those things do very good work against me. But again, another nice kill. Pick up some of the loot here and pop that pod for another kill mark. Interesting that he took out my drone. Don't think that was the right option there, but you know, sometimes you panic and you hit the wrong button. We'll go ahead and check out the kill mail and see what we got from that Gila. Open it up here. 1.7 billion. Very nice. Very nice little cruiser kill there. And we will get the screenshot for your other Coercer as well. Okay, moving over to an NPC station, I see somebody that's actually not part of this alliance, so I'm curious if I can get into an engagement with another PvP hunter in the same area. It's going to be a neutral on neutral fight. I don't have my drone, so that kind of sucks. That might actually bite us in the butt. And it's a frigate, so that's not great. We'll see if we can catch up to this guy with our large afterburner. We were able to stop him at about 27 kilometers, but these things have great inertia. Yeah, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to catch him. He's turning on his speed faster than we can catch up and bubble him in. That could have been great if he'd had slower reflexes, but good reaction time there to avoid the bubble. Let's see if we can see which gate he went to and chase him down a little bit. He might have just gone to the station. If we can get him to engage us, I'm really curious how this large afterburner does at maintaining optimal on a frigate, especially if we can get him scrammed and webbed. We'll move off the gate a little bit because I don't want him to hit our bubble and try to pass through, but we're not in a great line, so I don't know if we're even going to stop him. So once this cycle ends, I think we'll turn it off and try to check out the station and see if he's docked up. Yeah, I almost had him there, but he had great reaction time, so oof indeed. It was almost an oof, but definitely a good play there. The thing about the large afterburner on the Fiend is that it takes a long time to warm up, so if the person is paying attention, you're not going to be able to track them down. What I'm counting on is that they think that they can maintain an orbit around me and not realize that I'm going to be able to go 6,000 ms and kind of break their orbit and approach them, and so I can get that scram and web off. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the station here. We're going to have to wait for another cycle. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's warping back to the gate. I was also kind of hoping he would warp from that station to the gate and we can catch him off of it. Especially if we're moving towards him. At the time, we might have a head start, but no, let's go ahead and turn off our bubble here and see if he's docked up, because then we'll kind of know approximately where he is. One thing I wanted to test for myself also is, I know if you have a ship scrammed or disrupted with more points, that it can't dock up, even if it's close to a station. So it's not like a gate that it can pass through. My only curiosity is right after somebody undocks, if they have that timer that makes it so that you can't even use a bubble to prevent them from docking up. It would be very interesting if I could, for example, use my cloak to sit on a station, and as soon as somebody undocked, turn on that bubble, and so that they couldn't redock. But I don't know if that's the case here. So let's hope he's docked up. Yep, we do have 2 in the station and 2 in the system, so we know he's out here. We'll see if he notices us dock up and undock and see what he's going to do about it. I'm hoping he undocks so that we can kind of test this out. Very curious if this works. And this is my own live thought process here, because I don't know the rundown on it. I haven't asked anybody or anything. This is kind of just me live testing something out. So we'll orbit the station, see if we can get him to pop out. And I don't want to turn my bubble on yet because I don't know if he's going to warp off real quick. Plus, for this example, we're going to pretend that we're cloaked anyway. A little bit more time here. Don't want to take forever. Come on. You know you want the fight. You know you want it. Maybe if we go above the station here, maybe a better position. This is definitely not the exciting content that I was hoping for. Oh man, I really want to try and engage this frigate. I've been trying to fight a frigate for the longest time, and every single time I engage one, somebody drops a super. Come on, little Dramiel. Don't make me fast forward. This is definitely the optimal fit I would use for gate camps. Large extender, large afterburner. You do have to go down to an MK9 if you don't have enough power grid, but being able to fit that scram, that web, that bubble, this is great for taking out smaller ships. It does not do well against battleships though. I fought a Maelstrom earlier and wasn't able to maintain my orbit well enough. I was going so fast I couldn't hit it, even though it was a battleship. So large afterburner, not great when you're fighting bigger ships and you want to keep that orbit speed. It's really only good for approaching and locking something down, and then you're just basically in a brawl mode with it. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let's approach him and turn on our bubble. We are within range, so we're going to see right here. Hopefully he engages us. But yeah, you can see we can't lock onto him because of that timer. But he is inside our bubble. So we'll see if he tries to dock back up. Yeah, okay. Well, that's that test. You can dock up as long as you still have that immunity timer from undocking. So if you undock and you see something right there that you don't want to engage, just dock back up. Alright class, so let's summarize what we've learned today. Sometimes people are just weird. Don't undock what you're not able to fly. I have the worst loot drops in this game. AI ratting is not safe in nullsec. Cloaking without manual piloting won't help. And for the love of all that is holy, stop hauling valuable stuff in ventures. Whew. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider dropping a like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can get all my up-to-date videos when they come out. I plan on doing more Fiend solo PvP. I'm going to do a full breakdown on my Ashimu build, including mods and rigs that I'm guaranteed to be using in the future. And somebody suggested me doing a full guide on scanning in nullsec. Until then, I will see you in the next Eve Echoes video. Fly safe and have fun.